I understand now. Everything I went through as a child, growing up with the narcissistic family members in New York City, the city of dark triad individuals, right? I grew up surrounded by narcissists and being like in the grips of them, so to speak. These people, they tried to destroy me, and I should be dead having gone through life being attacked by them in various ways, socially, physically, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, throughout the years. But I survived them. And in surviving them, in having seen their techniques, in having seen how they do things, how they manipulate, why they manipulate, I know how to apply it systemically as a man on my path, fulfilling my purpose now. Look at all those narcissists I dealt with, right? As a child and as a teenager, and like how the instability of how they tried to manipulate me, but then keep me latched on to their kind of, like hook, so to speak, by pretending to still love me but not really loving me, and so like allowing their abuse to continue and everything. Now I see how that applies to people like Trump, how that applies to people like Elon Musk, how it applies to these sick narcissists, Machiavellians, sociopaths, psychopaths who apply similar narcissistic business models and sociopathic Machiavellian business models into their corporations and into their business tactics and everything. For example, going back to pretending to like you, but then as long as they do good stuff, you kind of forgive them and then you allow the abuse to continue, right? These narcissists, they build this kind of latching on and allowing the abuse to continue despite doing bad things into their business model, tactics into their business models. So like they will do all kinds of bad stuff. In fact, they'll do as much bad stuff as they possibly can in order to, just because that's who they are. That's just kind of what they're about, doing bad stuff, being corrupt, but then they'll do good stuff, right? And then they'll use that good stuff that they do as a means of erasing the bad, or not even erasing it, but making people forgive them, right? And Tai Lopez talks about this, and Tai Lopez, by the way, is a narcissist. He admits he's a narcissist, which is ironic. And Tai Lopez himself knows this, because Tai Lopez will talk about building forgiveness into your business, right? If you do a lot of good stuff, even if you do bad stuff, make mistakes, people forgive you, right? Narcissists, especially like the highly corrupt billionaire narcissists and so on and so forth, like Trump, Elon Musk, and so on and so forth, they master this forgiveness model, so to speak. They will literally find ways to do as much bad stuff as possible, but then make people forgive them by trying to even it out by doing as much good stuff as possible. So now you don't even know, are these people bad or are they good? And that's like the typical like narcissist latch of like, don't worry, like they do bad stuff, but then they're like, oh, like trust me, I'm here for you. And then you're like, oh, I guess you're good. But no, they're not. They're just doing good to continue allowing their abuse. And so I'm starting to understand all this systemically and how it applies to the corrupt billionaires and so on and so forth. And so my struggles were a blessing in disguise.